Dann guck mal, ob du was siehst.
Nein, ich sehe noch nichts. Dauert aber ein kleines bisschen.
Okay, sagst du mir, wann du was siehst?
Ich sehe was.
Okay. Warte mal, was gibt's denn da für Settings? Ich mach mal Untertitel an. Accept, okay. Hi Kevin, na, alles gut? Was ist denn Choices? Okay. Berg. Danke. Du auch.
Hast du extra das passende Shirt dafür angezogen?
Ja, na klar. Okay, ich mach mal Play, mal gucken, ja? Ach so, Empty Slot, ja, klar. Immerhin ist das ja schon mal gut, das ist das Zeichen von ist das Star Trek 1? Achso, da ist Begin. Ne, gehen wir auf den ersten. So, okay, und jetzt Begin, okay. Ich weiß nicht, ob Marco das sehen kann, dass du ihn grüßt, Kevin. Kevin grüßt dich auf jeden Fall, Marco. Achso, okay, alles klar, okay. Ich habe nichts gesagt.
Captain's log, stardate 57931.4. The crew is restless. After spending too many months piecing our ship back together, we're finally about to venture out on a new mission. And the crew isn't letting this unprecedented ion storm slow them down. They're ready for something different. I know I am. Perhaps more than any of them. Fortunately, nothing ever stays the same.
Ja, genau.
It's
Okay.
entropy, the nature of the universe. Change is inevitable. And while entropy says order gives way to chaos, in this case, change is good. Our new first officer is en route to the Resurgence. Jara Ryder. I know she'll bring a welcome dose of new blood to the crew.
Das leckt ein bisschen, ne?
Ja.
Thanks.
No problem.
I'm not great with flying. But these little shuttles are the worst.
Was soll ich machen? Ihr seht das zu spät, ne?
And yet, you joined Starfleet.
Ja, aber ich weiß nicht, dieser Timer, der ist egal.
Ach so, okay.
Sorry, I'm a little anxious.
I hadn't noticed.
I'm on my way to my first assignment. When we get to the starbase, I'm transferring on to the Resolute.
So am I.
It won't be easy for Jara to step in at the 11th hour like this. But if she's half the officer I knew she could become when she was a cadet at Starfleet Academy, she'll be the XO this ship needs right now.
Ich wollte gerade sagen, das ist doch eine Excelsior da. Ich kann da nicht wieder reingehen. Okay. Ah, die Tür ist zu.
A starbase on the very edge of Federation space. Long way from home now.
Können wir unser Shuttle sehen?
Commander? I'm not usually such a nervous wreck, by the way. I actually did well at the Academy.
Oh yeah?
Maybe you've heard of the Torvalin test?
Sounds familiar.
It's a tactical simulator that makes the Kobayashi Maru look like a picnic on Pintaris 5. Anyway, I finished in the top 20. Not just in my class. I mean, all time. In the history of the Academy.
Okay, Marco entscheidet jetzt, was ich sage.
There's that.
Kann ich nicht sehen, du bist davor.
Ach so. Only top 20? Very impressive oder simulations don't count?
Dann nimm das letzte.
Simulations are great for training, but they're not quite the same as the real thing.
That's fair. I guess I'm about to find out.
Okay, das nächste entscheidet Kevin.
Please place your hand here. Hold it there for a few seconds. Welcome, Commander Rydek.
You're Jara Rydek? You absolutely crushed the Torvalin test. You finished in what, like the top 3?
That would be me.
Now I'm really... It's an honor to meet you, Commander. Sorry, I didn't realize before. I just came off the shuttle and was glad to be on solid ground, so to speak.
Okay, I wasn't first place, oder now you know, oder the pleasure is mine. Sie sagt, I wasn't first place. Und das zweite ist now you know und das dritte ist the pleasure is mine. Das Viereck, okay, now you know, okay, alles klar.
Well, now you know. Keep your eyes and ears open and you might pick up on things.
I believe Commander Ermot is expecting you. He's in the concourse just ahead.
See you on the Resolute.
Kann man mit denen sprechen? Nee. Schade, weil ich wollte, man hat hier gesehen, irgendwie ihre DNA, dass die zu 54% oder so irgendwas ist und zu 46 irgendwas und ich konnte das aber nicht erkennen. Ich weiß nicht, konnte das einer von euch erkennen, was für eine Rasse sie ist?
Nein, ich wollte schon fragen, was da stand. Ich konnte jetzt nicht lesen, was da steht.
Weil da stand ja ihr Name, glaube ich, ihr Rang und darunter dann welche Rasse. Weil ich habe mich halt gefragt, wenn man sie so anguckt. Na, zeig mir dein Gesicht. Ne, die dreht sich weg. Weil das erinnert ein bisschen an ganz schwach Klingonen. Die Stirn.
Good day, Commander.
Achso, okay. Ja. Ja, genau, die Stirn, das wollte ich ja gerade wissen, was das war. Okay, das ist der Storm Report. Wie sich der Ionensturm entwickelt. Okay, interessant. Ich muss auch sagen, immerhin sieht das Design aus hier von den Gängen und so wie bei Next Generation. Nicht Discovery Scheiße. Arrivals, Departures.
If I remember my briefing, Commander Ermot is a Bolian, so I'm looking for someone with blue skin.
Okay, er ist ein Bolianer. Kevin muss also jetzt sagen, wo er ist. Marco und ich wissen das schon, wen wir suchen müssen.
You're going to the Resolute too?
Yeah, not the ship I was hoping for.
Why's that?
Well, you haven't heard? Some kind of accident. Their warp core overloaded and...
Oh, whoa. That's a big deal.
They spent 6 months fixing it up.
Was it the captain's fault?
That's the rumor, yeah.
Okay. Ich weiß es, keine Ahnung. Deswegen meinte ich, weil wenn uns jemand sagt, wir suchen, ich habe ihn schon gesehen, wir suchen einen Bolianer, dann wissen Marco und ich, wo wir hin müssen.
Ja, der ist eigentlich nicht zu übersehen, weil der super auffällt.
Ja. Sie hätte nicht mal den Kommentar zu seiner Hautfarbe sagen müssen, wir wissen es schon. Repair Status. Ship Repair Resolute. Ach, das ist die, okay. Das ist unser Raumschiff, okay. Lost Crewman.
Are you alright?
Yeah, I'm just... Well, I'm not sure where my departure dock is. The Resolute's gonna leave without me.
Look here. The Resolute is leaving from this dock.
Ah, you're right. Nerves must be getting to me. Thanks so much, Commander.
Gucken, ob wir noch ein paar Außerirdische finden. Die sehen alle menschlich aus. Kenne keine einzige Figur. Nein, es geht nicht um die Figur, Kevin. Es geht darum, dass sie gesagt hat, wir suchen einen Bolianer. Und dann wissen Marco und ich sofort, worum es geht.
Starbase 128 has 4 docks.
Ach, guck mal hier.
Okay.
Eine Orion.
Ich weiß jetzt, was sie ist.
Ja, dann sag, Marco.
Also sie ist Human Cobliat Hybrid.
Okay. Kennen wir die irgendwo her?
The Cobliat were a spacefaring humanoid species from the planet Cobliat, who were widely dispersed throughout the Alpha, Beta and Delta quadrants.
Okay, aber haben wir die schon mal in den Serien getroffen oder nicht? Oder ist das nur für das Spiel exklusiv eine neue Spezies?
Nein, in Enterprise, DS9, Next Generation, DS9 schon wieder.
Ach so, also kamen die... Ja, aber mir kommt es doch so vor, dass ich irgendwie Aliens gesehen habe, aber ich kann mich überhaupt nicht an den Namen erinnern, ehrlich gesagt. Na gut, reden wir mal mit der hier.
Excuse me, have you seen a Bolian around here?
Yes, sir. Right back there, near the replicator.
Ah, there he is. Thank you.
Happy to help, Commander.
Oh, ist das schön, die normal sprechen zu hören und nicht, Dude, yeah, do you want something from the replicator, dude?
I'll replicate myself a meal once I'm on board.
Achso, ich wollte noch hier auch über die
Wo
Brüstung
du gerade von
gucken.
dem Replikator geredet hast, ja.
Oh, guck mal, da sehe ich einen Andorianer unten. Ich meine, die Antennen zu erkennen, auf seinem, die durch seine weißen Haare durchgehen.
Excuse me.
You hear the Resolute's getting a new first officer?
Someone from the crew got promoted?
No, get this. They're from a different ship.
Oof. Wonder how the crew feel about that.
That makes them look desperate. Is their crew that bad?
Yeah, not a good look.
Welcome to the edge of the galaxy, Commander Rydek. I'm Commander Jan Ermont, Operations Officer on the Resolute. Commander? I hope there wasn't too much trouble getting here. This storm isn't making anything easy for us right now. I know conditions are less than ideal at the moment.
Okay, ich nehme I can take it.
It takes more than a little turbulence to rattle me.
I'm sure that's the case. We're grateful you were able to come fill our first officer vacancy at such short notice. From everything I've read and everything I've heard, we're lucky you were available to us. Coming from a premier starship and all.
Okay,
Research vessel.
Marco ist dran.
Was in der Mitte?
Spare me the flattery, ja?
Ja.
You can spare me the flattery, Mr. Ermont. I'm here to work.
Duly noted. I'll stick to the matter at hand. USS Resurgence. She may not look like much compared to the bigger ships, but as far as science vessels go, she can more than hold her own. And she doesn't look so bad considering 6 months ago she was nearly cracked in half venting plasma fighting for her life.
It was an accident?
The equipment malfunction. An accident suggests fault, but no one's to blame. It was a planned test, but the warp core was pushed beyond its limits. It destabilized the dilithium, there was a runaway reaction, and the warp bubble deformed. We thought we could reach a higher resonant frequency, but it was more than she could handle. Cost us our first officer and 22 of our crew. At the end of the day, we're all responsible for each other. That's what it means to be a crew.
Okay, Kevin ist dran. Ich hole mir eben ganz kurz was zu trinken. Ich bin sofort da. Kevin, bist du noch da? Okay, dann bin ich. I'm sorry for your loss.
I can't even begin to imagine what that must have been like for you. I'm so sorry for your loss.
Thank you. It does weigh heavy. There are some things you can't forget.
Okay, jetzt ist Marco dran. Das erste kannst du nicht sehen. Did you lose anyone close ist das erste.
Ja, ich nehme das erste.
Did you lose anyone close to you?
Too many. And to that I'll just say, you have big shoes to fill. Listen, I realize you've known Captain Solana for quite some time, and I'm sure you're ready to bring your best. But I should warn you that when the captain announced you would be the new first officer, there were those who felt it was a mistake, that he should have promoted from within. So you might want to tread lightly first. Until they come to value your contributions as much as he does.
Okay, ich nehme I can earn their trust.
Trust is earned, and it sounds like I have my work cut out for me. But I plan on winning them over.
I don't doubt that. I just figured it was better to know what you're walking into.
Of course.
Starfleet has assigned us a high-priority mission to the Hotari region. I'll let the captain brief you on board. I know he's eager to see you.
Will we be mission ready in time?
We have every intention. The crew has been working around the clock to get the ship ready. There's still so much to do.
Okay, wenn wir Start drücken, können wir irgendwie die Choice-Auswirkung da sehen. Ach, das ist der andere, ja, den wir spielen.
Stuck. I got just the thing.
Okay, Plasma Torch. Das war das, ne? Aber wir können uns mal zuerst die anderen Sachen angucken.
Need to rewire the optical data network. Just need to burn this gunk off. spanner does almost everything, except what I need right now. Now, need to melt some corrosion. Just a plasma injector. Is that?
Ah, here, the lower decks. Ah, cool.
I thought that thing was totally fried. Nice work, Carter.
Nothing to it, Millie.
And not a moment too soon. The boss wants us down in engineering. Like, now.
Everything okay?
I dropped a non-ferrous connector between the coils. I have to remove a few of them to find it, and then...
Whew, another hour of recalibrating. Ouch. I'll leave you to it.
Come on!
Hey Diaz, can you give us some help with the transporter?
What's the problem?
We need to test this cargo transporter. I've never been that great with the signal plotting.
I got it. No problem.
Okay, ich weiß nicht, ob ich das verstanden habe, aber okay.
Carter Diaz! Hurry up!
Habe ich nicht gemacht, das was ich soll? Nein, nicht da rein.
Time's a wasted.
Ich glaube, den letzten musst du stehen.
Ach so, okay. Okay.
No sweat. Whoa, whoa, hey, buddy, get off the pad!
Oh God!
Don't touch
Gut, dass Sie dein Gebiet, also nicht irgendwie gelegt haben.
In den Ionensturm.
Yes, you're in my light. Oh, I'm sorry. Explosion in there was pretty extreme. Nothing I couldn't handle, though.
Ptarmigan, okay. Keine Ahnung, wer oder was das ist. Wie heißt das Ding? Melville, okay. Den kenne ich. Polar, okay.
Hey Diaz, have you seen a hyperspanner around here? I last saw it near the shuttle, Ptarmigan.
I'll let you know. That's not where that goes. Maybe we can figure out where you're supposed to be.
Oh, hey, there it is. You're a lifesaver, Diaz.
Well, I don't know about that, but I try.
Okay, ich habe gerade mal gegoogelt. Das ist Ptarmigan. Auf Deutsch ist es ein Alpenschneehut.
Gleich, Marco. Ich habe jetzt nicht darauf geachtet, ich hätte das aufheben sollen, okay. Okay, was hast du gesagt?
Ich habe gesagt, ich habe dieses Ptarmigan gegoogelt.
Ja.
Und auf Deutsch ist es ein Alpenschneehut.
Okay. Okay, jetzt haben wir das nicht gefangen. Whatever. Keine Ahnung, ob wir das jetzt da irgendwie rausholen sollen oder nicht.
Oh, these are heavier than lucky. Makes more sense than zero G. You're welcome. So clean I can see myself. And you know what? Not that bad. Place for everything, and everything in its place. Someone gonna fix that? Don't let LT catch you blocking the corridors like this.
We'll clear it up once we finish the delicate work. Good looking out, though. Bulkhead cuts it off in sections. Computer reroutes. So then, I'm thinking we'll have to do the work in that tube. Then take the
Hey, need me help? Okay, good luck. I don't need anything from utilities. Force of habit, I guess. Engineer.
I heard the new EXO just arrived. Won't be long before we get underway. I just hope whatever Chovak called us down for, it's something good. I can never tell with him. I'd rather not end up degaussing plasma manifolds. Hanging upside down makes me queasy.
Okay, Marco, du entscheidest.
Das letzte.
You and me working together, we can tackle anything he throws at us.
Your optimism is positively contagious. Looks like we got here before.
Lieutenant Commander Chovak.
We were just looking for you, Commander.
Petty Officers Ed Solar, Diaz. I was beginning to think you would be late. We are all hands on deck right now, which means if you are not at your post at the appointed time, I do not have someone to replace you. A point I have been forced to make to Petty Officer Ed Solar on repeated occasions.
So you're saying we're irreplaceable, Commander?
That is one interpretation. Another would be that I would replace you if I could. You can interpret as you see fit.
So, I don't suppose you wanted us down here to check in before we go off duty?
Equip yourselves in EV suits to work on the exterior of the hull. I need you to tune the structural integrity field for optimal performance. The subspace distortions and ionic interference we are experiencing are preventing the proper calibration. But this ship must be ready to depart shortly, despite the storm. The precise nature of these disturbances are not fully understood. But many systems have been affected by the wide band of emissive activity.
Okay, du bist dran, Marco.
Ich nehme das erste.
How concerned should we be about the storm? Are you worried?
Vulcans do not worry. We calculate the variables and take appropriate precautions to mitigate the risk. Right now, that entails making critical preparations, because long-range sensors show that these disturbances will be more severe at our destination, the Hotari system. You have your orders. Do not delay.
Yes,
Roger
Commander
that.
Chovak. All hands on deck.
Oh, what's that?
All hands on deck. That's what Chovak said. You know what that means? It means this ship isn't ready to go out and the brass know it. So they're throwing every warm body at it. And they're going to leave on schedule. Consequences be damned.
It all comes down to us, Nelly. We're the ones who will get it ready.
I know what we can do. But this isn't just any old refit or any old relaunch.
Oh. Excuse me.
A lot of new faces coming on board. It's gotta be tough coming as a replacement. That's for sure.
Okay, Marco, du bist dran.
Das erste wieder.
They seem all right. Something that happened 6 months ago while they were off on another ship? Well, that's nothing to hold against them.
Yeah, you're right. I guess getting a little new blood on board doesn't hurt. Hold hold on. Now there's an old face I didn't expect to see again. Hey, Miranda!
You weren't gonna leave without me, were you?
Miranda, you're here?
We thought you were staying on the Adirondack.
Transfer came in at the last minute, so I figured I'd slum it on this bucket of bolts. Looks like you got her back together pretty nicely. I wasn't sure what to expect.
I'm gonna take the high road here, pretend you didn't say that, and welcome you aboard.
He's a better diplomat than I am.
He still owes me a bottle of Saurian brandy. Don't think I forgot.
Oh yeah, it's coming back to me now.
Maybe Carter can rustle up that bottle and we can give you a proper welcome. As soon as we wrap up this quick little spacewalk.
Cool, das sind die gleichen Helme wie, also die gleichen Anzüge wie in First Contact.
Here, let me help you.
Thanks.
So what's the word? Are you back in the security rotation?
Yep. Still running with the usual suspects.
Whoa!
Good to go. See you on the other side.
Activating magnetic souls.
Go.
Captain Solano should be here momentarily. You'll have to forgive me, I don't know much about Koblions. But my understanding is you need a steady supply of duridium to keep your cell structure stabilized, or bad things start to happen. And we have plenty of duridium in sickbay, so there's no risk of running out.
Thank you.
Feel free to make yourself at home. And help yourself to whatever you like from the replicator.
Aber Marco, bisher habe ich gar keine Idee, auf welche Folge sie anspielen. Hast du eine Idee?
Das kommt vielleicht später in der Story.
Aber ich meine, hast du bisher irgendeinen Verdacht?
Nein, überhaupt nicht.
Okay.
I can't believe he keeps this around. Don't even know where mine is.
Jara Rydek. Last time I saw you, it was graduation from the academy. You'd already secured one of the most prestigious assignments possible. And you were burning with enough ambition to fuel 7 trips around the Necrid Expanse.
It's good to see you again, Captain.
I could not be happier to have you on the Resolute. The only regret is that we couldn't provide you with a warmer welcome. The arrival of a first officer to her new ship deserves a bit of fanfare. But, unfortunately, we've had our hands full with the refit.
Wer ist dran, Marco?
Ich sehe die ersten zwei Sachen nicht.
Achso, aber okay. This is enough for me? Oder I had hoped for more? Oder let's just get to work?
Das letzte.
You can spare me the pomp and circumstance. There's plenty of work to be done without all that.
You always had a work ethic like nothing I'd ever seen. That's just what this ship needs at the moment. As I'm sure you've heard, we've had a rough go of it these last 6 months. The ship suffered some damage, but not nearly as much as the crew.
You'll have to forgive me. I don't really know the details.
Starfleet has been kind enough to keep the story contained, probably because they want to protect me. But I don't mind telling you. We were on the verge of a major scientific breakthrough. A quantum leap forward in warp core technology. 10,000 teradynes per second. The ability to travel at a sustained rate of speed longer and faster than we ever dreamed. What would have been the crowning achievement of my career? Right there, within our grasp. Until it all went so horribly wrong. We pushed her too hard, and a warp core malfunction overloaded the system, creating a pressure gradient way beyond what the ship can handle. It was heartbreaking. We lost some of our best people. As captain, I have to take full responsibility. It was my decision to make, and I have to live with the consequences.
Warte mal, jetzt bin ich durcheinander. Habe ich eben gerade... Jetzt bist du wieder dran?
Ja, jetzt bin ich wieder.
Okay, alles klar. Das kam mir so vor, aber ich war eben verwirrt.
Lass mich lernen.
We all know the risks when we sign up. There are no guarantees. As much as we tell ourselves otherwise.
True. But as captain, my job is to mitigate and manage the risks as much as possible. And that's where I failed. In my defense, I will say, I might have avoided the whole ordeal if my senior staff had been willing to trust me. There was a lot of pushback from my former XO. I think that cost me his confidence. I don't want you to pull any punches. Certainly not on my account. But once we decide on a course of action, I need everyone to fully commit to the mission. Anything short of that just won't work. And that's when things start to go sideways.
And what happens if they don't?
There's a chain of command for a reason. We all have our orders.
That's true. Everyone on this ship should know that.
Sometimes the occasional reminder doesn't hurt. Look, I'll be blunt. We can't afford another mistake. Or at least I can't. I feel like my career is hanging in the balance here. We need a win. Something to restore the crew's confidence.
I understand.
On a more positive note, Starfleet has tasked us with what they're calling a mission of the highest priority. Escorting a senior diplomat to Hotari space. Two previously peaceful and otherwise non-aggressive civilizations now find themselves on the brink of all-out war.
So it's a peacekeeping mission.
I see it as a golden opportunity to not only prove what the Resolute and her crew are truly capable of, but also a mission for which we're uniquely qualified. This ionic storm. Our long-range sensors suggest it's several orders of magnitude stronger than anything on record. A total anomaly like nothing we've seen before. And you'll never guess where it leads.
Hotari.
Exactly. Very nearly in the precise location where we're headed. Where I imagine the interference will be exponentially greater. But the diplomat will brief us on the details of the rendezvous.
Okay, du bist dran. Achso, that's a powerful storm. Is the crew prepared? Who is this diplomat?
Das letzte.
Das habe ich mir auch gedacht.
Who is the senior diplomat we're escorting?
That I don't know. Starfleet hasn't said. But I don't want to get ahead of myself. I expect we'll have some rough sledding when we arrive, so I need you to prepare the crew for the worst. There's just one more thing I want to clarify up front. The metric that for me will be the ultimate measure of your success.
What is it?
If after serving as my first officer, you don't one day find yourself with a ship of your own, then I will consider it my personal failure. When that might happen is entirely up to you. But it goes without saying, you have my full support.
Thank you, but I feel like I still have so much to learn.
You'll have plenty of opportunity. And if you're willing to put in the work, I'll do everything in my power to help you along the way. Come, let me introduce you to the crew.
Ich überlege so, ob ich Rotary Prime irgendwoher kenne, aber nö. Oder Tau. Also von der Star Trek Serie meine ich jetzt.
Everyone, if I could have your attention for a moment. I'd like to introduce Commander Jara Rydek, our new first officer. Some quick introductions. This is Lieutenant Handar, our helmsman, one of the best in the business.
One of?
Well, what he lacks in humility more than makes up for in ability.
A pleasure to meet you, Commander.
Likewise.
Next, we have Commander Westbrook, our Chief Science Officer. I've come to rely on his expert counsel on a regular basis.
Pleasure.
Commander Rydek, it is such an honor to meet you.
This is our tactical officer, Lieutenant Bedrosian. He's been looking forward to meeting you for about as long as I can remember.
I've been following your career for quite some time. And I look forward to learning as much as I can from you.
The honor is mine, you've heard of me, oder that's very kind.
Ich nehme mal das Ende mit.
You've heard of me?
Well, I have to admit, one of the reasons I've followed your career is because you're part Kobliat. Because of what you've overcome. Starfleet stands up for people who can't defend themselves. And you were one of those people once. But since then, you've done so much to protect others who need it. I really admire that. So, you've been something of an inspiration to me. Not that I've done anything close to what you've done, but you definitely set a standard to strive for.
I'm glad I inspire you, nämlich.
You really do know a thing or two about me. I'm glad I could inspire you. but it's important to chart your own path.
Thanks. You can count on it.
And then, of course, you've already met Commander Ermont. Please, do everything you can to make Commander Rydek feel at home here. I'll be on the starbase. I have an urgent meeting with the starbase commander to get our authorization to get underway. If they drag their feet any longer, we won't make our rendezvous. The bridge is yours.
Turbolift could take me anywhere on the ship, but I'm right where I need to be. Impressive range of view. So many decks, full of crew that are now my responsibility. Tactical station. Hopefully a diplomatic mission won't require we use our weapons much. But if it comes to that, we'll be ready.
Los, feuer die Photontorpedos.
In den Sturm.
Nein, auf die Starbase.
Ach so.
And with other vessels. Operations, staffing, supplies. There's a lot to keep track of on a starship. Good thing we have Commander Ermont. The helm. The Resolute is a refitted Centaur class, meaning it's capable of quick maneuvers. Can't wait to see what she can do. Science station. The Resolute is a science vessel, primarily. Might explain Commander Westbrook's attitude. I'll have to speak with him later. The first officer's seat. My seat. Right now, though, I need to fill in for Captain Solano.
Commander, Chief Engineer Chovak needs to lower the structural integrity field. He's sent a crew out to recalibrate the emitters in response to the danger posed by the storm. We just need your go-ahead.
Mission granted.
Lowering structural integrity field, now.
Entering maintenance mode. Condition blue.
The storm is getting worse.
Looks like they turned off the sick.
Great. Let's get to that emitter. time we're out here, I half expect to see her in pieces again.
She's still got some scars on her. It adds character.
When I joined Starfleet, all I wanted was a ride out of town. But this isn't exactly how I pictured it.
On the outside of the ship?
No. Sometimes it feels like we're just part of the machinery. Don't you want more than that? I mean, Starfleet is noble and all, but it's still a machine. A massive, massive machine.
Okay, I am more than that. Of course I do, or I got no complaints.
I got no complaints.
Now, what are you complaining about? We got the best seat in the house out here. You wanted to get away. I enlisted because I didn't want to wait years just to get out and see the galaxy. I wanted to go somewhere, see new worlds, look up at a sky no one's ever seen before. Just because I'm cranking a hyperspanner up in a Jeffries tube today doesn't mean that's all I'll ever be. Diaz to Commander Chovak. We are at the Sith emitter.
Acknowledged. You may proceed with the recalibration.
Beginning recalibration.
What?
Looks good.
Okay, ich habe keine Ahnung, was sie da gemacht hat.
Commander Westbrook, right? Chief Science Officer.
You remembered my name and my rank. Impressive. Yes, I'm the Chief Science Officer, and I have the dubious honor of being the most senior officer on this bridge. At least, I know this ship inside and out. Better than just about anyone.
Well, I'm so glad you said that. Now I know exactly who to turn to when I have questions.
Questions are more Commander Ermont's territory. Captain Solano primarily relies on my knowledge and expertise when he needs answers. I'm curious, though. A Kobliad, or half in your case, is an odd choice for First Officer, given your vulnerable condition and all. But if, as an example, we found ourselves in a hostile situation, and you were suddenly incapacitated because you needed an infusion, what would happen then? You'd leave Captain Solano without an XO. Granted, that would be a worst-case scenario, but not outside the realm of possibility.
Thanks for your concern.
That's very kind of you to be concerned about my well-being. But you don't need to trouble yourself on my account. I'll be fine.
Well, I wouldn't say I was concerned, just curious, that's all. Listen, can I be blunt, Commander?
I see no reason to stop now.
Commander Sutherland, your predecessor, was one of the best first officers in all of Starfleet. His record was impeccable and his reputation was without equal. I mean no disrespect, but the shoes you're stepping into are almost impossible to fill. He was loved by the crew, and he was one of my closest friends. So I can only hope that you'll live up to expectations.
Okay, die Wahl ist, I could never fill his shoes, try getting to know me, oder do you have a problem? Ich nehme, do you have a problem?
Mr. Westbrook, if you have some kind of problem with me, And you just met me, so it has nothing to do with me. You're gonna have to figure out how to get over it. Because I'm here, and I'm not going anywhere. Do you read me?
Loud and clear. I'll stick to science. That is what this ship is for.
Very well.
Seeing as Captain Solano is on the starbase, let me give you an update on this ion storm we're flying into. It's unusual, unlike anything I've ever seen. At the moment, I can't tell you if the Resolute will shrug it off or if we're putting ourselves at risk. However, if we learn more about its patterns, its nature, we can come up with a scientific countermeasure. Just a moment.
We've got a massive energy wave inbound.
On screen.
Tracing its trajectory.
Starbase docking clamps are holding.
The storm's emissions are fluctuating, coming in waves. And if my projections are right, we're about to get hit by a wide-band burst of ionic energy. Like a tsunami.
I'm reading power abnormalities all over the ship.
Estimated time to impact, 2 minutes.
Red alert!
Aye. Evacuating main gangway and retracting.
Putting sensor visualization on screen.
With the structural integrity field shut down, we can't take a direct hit.
Time to impact, 1 minute.
Shield systems are severely impacted. We have limited protection.
I need every available solution. What are our options?
We can weaken the impact of the storm with a deflector pulse.
There's a better way.
I'm sending all auxiliary power to the deflector dish.
Send the aux power to the shields. We can't reactivate the entire shield bubble, but it's a directional threat. So we can orient all we have towards the wave. You have to believe me.
We only get one shot at this. We can't afford to get it wrong.
That's right, which is why we need to send power to our shields.
Okay, Marco, was willst du? Ich auch.
Bedrosian, get those shields up.
Rerouting power to shields. Stand by. I need a heading. We've only got one shot.
Understood. On my command.
Heading locked.
Raise shields.
This is it!
All hands, brace for impact.
What happened? We have experienced a surge of radiation.
Oh, you don't say.
This radiation supercharged the plasma, forcing it to backflush through the system and creating a dangerous imbalance.
And you blow out every primary system on the ship.
Just tell us what you need us.
I need you to traverse the hull to the access port to recalibrate the port nacelle plasma regulator.
We've reached the first access point.
Understood. Do you see the override for the level 1 failsafe circuits?
Okay, Marco, wie speichert man in diesem Spiel?
Ich habe keine Ahnung.
Weil hier, ich habe ja diese Option, also Main Menu. Vielleicht speichert er automatisch, wenn du ins Main Menu gehst. Guckst du gerade nach, Marco?
hier jemand, der sich darüber beschwert hat.
Okay, gut, ja, aber da muss ich halt ins Main Menu, ja?
Ja, du fängst dann halt wieder da an, wo er das letzte Mal abgespeichert hat. Keine Ahnung, wo das ist.
Okay, alles klar, okay, gut. Okay.
Super.
Warte mal, ich will mal sehen, wenn wir das neu starten, was jetzt passiert. Wo wir weitermachen. Ich hoffe nicht ganz von vorne.
Das ist kaputt gemacht.
Ich? Du hast bestimmt die falsche Wahl getroffen eben. Okay, ja gut, Storm Search. Okay, alles klar. Ja genau, okay, dann mache ich das jetzt aus.